Welcome to the inevitable return to butter. I'm your host, critical co-host.
Squeezy Butter. Why small businesses crave success but struggle to win in a capitalist society? That's what we're talking about today.
Most people have a skill to be their own boss, provide a service, product, ideal, or something of the nature, talent, or whatever. That's marketing. However, to reach out and stretch out on your own is very difficult if you're not raised in that environment or if you're not privy to a lot of money. It's a big struggle because the corporations come along and they will cause the small business to struggle hard. Now think about it. When we young, have you ever had any little hustle when you were a child, like most young people come up in St. Louis, selling soda bottles, recycled aluminum cans or something like that. You had some kind of hustle. Your little lemonade stand or snow cones. Snow cones was one of the ones that we did back in the day. We ride around with a guy and he sold snow cones and we get our little pay. And I also had another little hustle.
Peanut Man. Don't forget the Peanut Man too. My bad. Peanut Man.
The Peanut Man. Yeah, okay. See, you going with the Peanut Man. There were all kinds of
small businesses and hustles, yes.
Yeah. Entrepreneurs or what have you. You even had a guy who came around who collected the bottles and he also sharpened knives and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Or beer. Well, a lot of these little small businesses just go down the drain because they can't compete with the larger ones. In capitalism, it's like the biggest corporations tend to sell things on such a mass scale so they can sell it at a real cheap price, and then the individual who has the small one, he can't afford to sell it at that same cheap price, so they don't get the same amount of business.
Right.
And they end up folding. Like, for instance, the mom and pops that used to be around when I was coming up as a child, back in the 60s and 70s, they used to be owned by the people who lived in those communities. But most of them folded because partially what would happen is people will run tabs. They'll get credit at a store. And they'll run up a credit, but once they get their money, they won't pay their tab. And they'll go run to one of the bigger grocery chains or what have you and spend the bulk of their money, but then they have to rely upon the credit from the mom and pop back in the neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
And the mom and pops can't carry that all the time. And some of them were getting caught up because they will allow people to get things, purchase items that you can't purchase with food stamps.
Right.
Okay. On credit, but the people will come and pay their bill with some food stamps, partial bill, not the full bill, mind the bill. They'll pay partial and then they'll go to the major food chains such as, Nationals and Schnucks and things of that nature, and spend the bulk of their money and still leave the tab at the mom and pop. But the mom and pop still have to pay their bills. They still have to have insurance.
Yeah.
They still have to stock. But yet you're keeping this running bill that you never pay off, and then you just go and spend your money. Go to the Nationals and get some credit. It won't happen.
I really like the concept of mom and pop, stores and all of that stuff. As we go into the future, I like, what is the future? How it's the when you look at stuff, I guess you can be like, the future is technology, and when it comes to the mom and pop thing, you see some chains fall down too, but we got to go bigger than even mom and pop. I mean, I guess. I mean, not bigger than mom and pop, but what I mean by this is, like, even a mom and pop store now can go global if they get market right, if they market themselves right in this new society that's being created and that has been created, and like that. But so.
Well, the way I see it is that the mom and pop is for the immediate. This is for the immediate, right there.
Right there in the neighborhood. Though,
yeah.
Like exactly what you said. You're totally right. They have failed to the wayside for real, from the big store chains. You're totally right. Because I think right there, South St. Louis, it's a little mom and pop store. Forget the guy's name, man, but it's like right off of California. But he had a store right there, and I remember going to him, and he told me, he was like, "Yeah, I'm barely holding on here." And he was cooking a little food and had just a little snacks. He only had a couple of loaves of bread, and I'm like, I felt bad for him. But the building was really nice, but it's just like he still was like he can't keep up. He did say that. I forget his name. I wish I knew dude's name, man. Yeah.
Well, if you think about it, originally those were the ones that had where you can get your nutrition stuff, like your fresh vegetables and things of that nature. Fresh fish, like the fish trucks and stuff. They had them that come straight out, the whole fish out the lake, the ocean or what have you. Not processed and packaged stuff, that you're going to get from the grocery store that has gone through, I don't know how many hands and processes and everything that happens through that chain.
Yeah, so those chains. So capitalism is like wholesale food, right?
Big business where you get to a point where you don't know what you're buying anymore. Okay, you have chickens that are pumped up with saline solutions and stuff to make them puff up. Doesn't really even taste like chicken. You have other animals with hormones and genetically modified this and genetically modified that. That stuff is not healthy for you. Natural fruits, vegetables, and if you're meat eater, you want to get your meat from a source that's not all that unnecessary processing and coloring and things of that nature. And this is what was at these little small mom and pop, like, the stores in the communities.
Yeah.
Think about it. You go into what they have now. You're only going to get processed stuff. Am I right or wrong?
You got to know where to get you got to know where to get your meat from. You right. You totally right. You got to know where to get your meat from. You got to know. And if you're a meat eater, you gotta know where to get get the good meats at. You know what I'm saying? In your city, you gotta know the real butchers, those mom and pop guys that's sitting in those corners. you make sure you support them. I always pull up on my mom and pops guys in the city and stuff, you know, and they legendary. They going online and all of that stuff. The ones that's left, I still try to support them to the fullest, for sure. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, see, if they weren't capable of transforming, you know, or updating, so to speak, they wouldn't survive, because everybody's switching over to the process, I'll say, system. You know, they wouldn't be able to survive if they didn't add some of the things like, you know, technology, phones, things of that nature. Because different things fade out. I remember we used to do TV and VCR repair and stuff like that, and look what happened. TVs has become so throwaway now that it's cheaper to buy a new TV than to have one of them fixed.
Right, making more junk and shit.
Yeah. That's the way technology goes. The new day. So, if you remember when the .coms was a big thing,
yeah.
Everybody came out with the .com. But the end result is the biggest fish bought everything out and become dominant. So all those little small ones, if they didn't cash in and get their bag at that time, they ended up folding and losing out. Because once the big wigs bought everybody else out, they are the major players. So any little small thing, you can't swim too long. You get eaten up by the big sharks.
You saying that's the .com?
Yeah, remember the .com bust. Because .com in Silicon Valley and all that, it was a big, new technology.
Yeah, in 1985.
Yeah. Big technology boom. So if you had one that was good, you can sell it. And a lot of people did that because that was the way to get paid from it. Create it and sell it and get out the way.
Yeah, the domain.com was one of the first set of top level domains when the domain name system was implemented for use on the internet on January 1st, 1985. The domain was administered by the U.S. Department of Defense, DOD. However, the department contracted the domain maintenance to SRI International. Yeah, we not finna go into all of that, but yeah, that's when it first got used, January 1st, 1985. Yeah,
but the .com bubble is what I'm talking about.
The .com bubble.
Yeah.
I'm always trying to be on it, man. We talking about the .com bubble. Yes, sir. The .com bubble, that's the boom. Exactly what you're talking about, the tech bubble. The internet bubble was a stock market bubble in the 1990s, a period of a massive growth in youth and abortion of the internet. Adoption of the internet. Is that what I'm saying? Yeah, I said abortion. Excuse me, y'all. I'm sorry. Adoption of the internet. Between 1995, its peak in March 2000. Yeah, man. Went up. Index rose to 400%, only to fall 78% from its peak by October 2002. Yeah, exactly what you're saying, man. During .com crash, many companies that survived, such as Amazon, lost large portions of their market capitalization, with Cisco Systems along 80% of stock value. Yeah, man.
Yeah. See,
Well, I just read a little bit of that, but yeah.
became a bust after a while, you know. So anybody who was small, they was down. Even the big contenders lost. You know, that's in almost any market. If you look at the market reports and everything, the latest market reports and everything, they're scared, they're afraid, they're terrified because they believe this economy, this whole kind of economic structure is going to finally fail, and maybe on purpose in order to render in the new currency, which is electronic currency.
The new electronic currency?
Yeah. So any company that's not able to get into that market and capitalize on it, they're going to be in trouble. Just like all the other .com, the mom and pop become a thing of the past. You can't compete because the currency, you're not. That's another reason why some people were assassinated around the world, is because of trying to implement a different currency opposed to the currency that we are accustomed to, which is the dollar.
Yeah, man, it's a lot of stuff going on. Like even like with the open AIs, it's taking people's jobs and everything. A lot of people, it was a big article about that. It's the AI stuff is taking over. You know what I'm saying? People are losing jobs with dealing with AI right now. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people,
Yeah, with AI and computing. If you look right in Schnucks, they have little computers. And you look at Walmart, you don't have a lot of cashiers and stuff like that anymore.
Yeah, it's already not a lot of them. They just be watching the door now when you go in the store. You know what I'm saying? And like I was saying, you got to understand, like even when you call people on the phone, anybody you call on the phone right now and you talking to artificial intelligence already, like you be pissed off at them. You be like, hey, excuse my French. You be like, hey, y'all, hey, man, you be heated when it comes to the artificial intelligence. You be like, they keep asking you the same question. You be like, hey, man, send me to somebody real, please. Like, I'll get you somebody. Oh, man, then you got to wait 35 minutes before somebody answers, and then they don't give you the right answer. Like, you know what I'm saying? But, yeah, man. That's real, though, but that's where we at right now. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
That's another mechanism of causing smaller businesses to struggle.
Yeah.
If you have a system like that where it's automated and it's hard to get to somebody to resolve in customer issues or technical issues, that runs people off. They don't want to do business.
We real people. We're gonna answer the phone, man. We're gonna answer the phone. That's what it's about, man.
Yeah.
We want to stay real.
You don't want to call somebody that you're trying to talk to a person to handle your issue, and you said you're getting this repeated. If you want us to repeat the last list, press 25. After you press 25, press 24. Some stupid stuff like that.
Yeah, that's funny, man. That's funny for sure, man. Like this stuff is crazy, but yeah, let's here's some beeping. Let's take a break, man. Here in a couple of minutes, the alarm is going off. Let me know that it's about time to take a break.
That's good.
Yeah.
I can use a break.
Yeah, because I want to try something and this podcast is still going on. We, in 20 minutes we'll be taking a break. 42. We at 9:45 right now. So yeah, we going up, and it's about to get ready to take a break, y'all. And we'll be back and keep up with this conversation, man. And that's what's going on, man. We got to keep up with the conversation.
Inevitable. Return to
butter.
Critical.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, we back.
We back.
Return to butter.
Yeah, we back, man. We back with a solution, and all the way from St. Louis, all the way through Mississippi, through Tennessee, up through Arkansas, all the way down to Texas, man. We locked in, man. We locked in the South, man. Y'all already know what it is. Same time zone. So y'all tune in all around, all through the South, all Midwest cities. Y'all make sure y'all tune in. Y'all share this. And let's talk about some solutions. What you think, man? What you think about some solutions? What you think?
Well,
to survive in this capitalist. I can't never say that word right. Y'all forgive me, man. Capitalistic. Say it, Unc. You know what I'm saying. Go ahead, man.
Capitalistic society.
That word.
Yeah. But the thing is, in order to really be successful, you have to have your measurements. Because there's levels of success and levels of failure. In order to make it to some successes, you have to have some levels of failure. Because you're gonna learn from your mistakes if you're gonna succeed. Prime example, like I was talking about, starting out. You first start out with a little confectionery or your lemonade stand. Then you want to grow your little enterprise. Maybe if you are a young man, you might start cutting grass and doing things of that nature. And then you continue to evolve until you see your vision of business where you open up, sell some merchandise. But you can't seem to hit that highest mark. You have ups and downs. And then something like COVID comes along. Now you have to reinvent yourself. You have to change all your strategies. Where you don't make money the same way. It's changing to electric currency. Your value and all that goes down. How we deal with that? How do you deal with not being the last hit, or how do you say you only as good as your last
hit?
Mm-hmm.
Well, the way I survive as a business owner is I put my ear to the streets the same way I did when I was dibbling and dabbling in the streets. What I mean by that is I get out there. You can't be stuck in a box. You can't be confined to one space when you're trying to do business. You got to get out there. You got to put your business cards in people's hands. You got to put your flyers and stuff. The internet is cool, but you got to be a real person too, because it's still a real world. Don't get it twisted. The real world people are doing well, and so as a small business owner, to be able to create revenue, of course you got to have a solid plan. Or well, let me not go there. You gotta always have a plan. I feel like writing down goals is pretty good. Writing down your goals and getting to those goals, but you gotta put your feet on the ground. And you gotta get to the people in the streets, because everybody don't know the internet and all of that. So you still gotta get to the people, but don't get discouraged. My business owners, it's possible to scale in all aspects, right now. So just keep going and get out there with your flyers and your promotion and touch people's hands and do what you got to do. You can even pay the mailman to deliver some of the stuff. Free game, man.
And most importantly, don't be in fear of the big corporation, big capitalists. You can survive. You can make it.
You can make it. What you eating on, man? They need to know what you eating on, man, because you over there.
Yeah. Oh, we got a couple of peanuts.
Pause, man.
A couple of nuts. Let me get that out.
For all my guys in New York.
I had to have some nourishment.
Yeah.
And the best thing is having a few nuts for a snack than to have a bunch of processed garbage,
Yeah, man.
And all that. But anyway, let me straighten that up real quick. And we'll keep on going. A couple of macadamia nuts, you know what I'm saying? Walnuts.
Oh man, just saying the word nuts. Pause, man. Is all good, man. You gotta have your peanuts, man. Your nuts and all the good stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm a salad dressing. We on the healthy stuff. But go ahead, Unc. I ain't finna bother you no more, man.
All right, I got it together. Yeah. But you have to not be afraid, especially in new markets. These new markets. That is the future of business, are the new markets. And look at them. What I mean by new markets. In technology and marijuana. Believe it or not, medicinal marijuana. And it's coming to be even popular with recreational. But medicinal, it's going to blow up just like the other big pharma. They have a way to patent different products and ingredients that's including the plant. So that market is wide open. And it's just like the .com. Boom. It's blowing up, and it's going to blow up even more so. So our younger generation should look at that seriously. Now, we looked at it. In certain areas, they passed laws where it's difficult for you to get in without a whole lot of money, just like it's been done before in a capitalist society where the big money rules, and then the market will trickle down a little bit.
Capitalistic society.
Yes.
Capitalistic society.
Here's the definition of society. The aggregate of people living together in a more or less ordered community.
Don't quote me. I'm going to cut that out of there. I'm going to cut that shit out of there.
Yeah.
Capitalistic society.
According to International Monetary Fund, capitalism is often thought of as an economic system in which private actors own and control property in accord with their interests, and demand and supply freely set prices in markets in a way that can serve the best interests of society.
What do you think about that?
I mean, it's cool. That's a generic,
definition.
It's a generic definition, but it's fine.
They say, what is an example of capitalistic society? The United States, the UK, and Germany are examples of modern capitalist countries.
So, there it is.
You said there it is?
That's what a capitalist society is. United States.
The UK and Germany.
Yeah. See who they are, right?
Okay. So, without further ado, let's move to the list of 25 capitalistic capitalist nations in the world. Capitalist nations in the world. So without further ado, let's move into a list of 25 most capitalistic. Oh my God, am I saying that right?
Capitalistic.
Is that right?
Yeah, capitalistic. Yeah.
Capitalistic nations in the world. I don't know why I feel like I'm saying that wrong. The United States economic freedom score is 72.1. What does that mean?
Freedom score?
The economic freedom score is 72.1. What does that mean?
Well, you gotta look up economic freedom score. I guess that means freedom to economically free. Spend what you want to spend, I guess. I don't know.
What is economically free?
According to the Heritage Foundation, economic freedom is the fundamental right of every human to control his or her own labor and property. In an economically free society, individuals are free to work, produce, consume, and invest in any way they please.
Okay. That's what it is. Is if you're able to do that.
So we got 72% with that. 72.1%.
Mm-hmm.
The United States ranked third amongst 32 countries in America region, and its overall score is above the regional and the world averages. So, I guess that's good, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
I guess that's really good.
70 is better than 30.
Yeah. Okay. The next one is United Kingdom. They at 72.7, so they beating us out. Hold on. Cyprus is 72.9, and then
Check.
I don't even know how to say that.
Check.
You hear that?
What?
Czech.
Czech Republic?
Yeah. It's 74.4. They the highest so far. So you go there, you can live a good motherfucking life, right? Excuse me.
Well, according to their survey.
According to this survey, it says you can live the good life, I guess, over there.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what that means? Am I saying that right, or what?
Yeah. Yes, according to their survey, because
this is a 2022 survey from Yahoo Finances. So yeah, man, it's 2022.
Okay.
I guess, man. I mean, I don't want to get off track, but I'm just trying to figure this stuff out, what's going on, and how can we survive this thing being a entrepreneur, business owner, mom and pop store, internet blogger, whatever it is you decide to be, because it's a new world. It's a lot of new jobs and a lot of new opportunities that have been created. So to be able to just survive, I feel like you're going to have to adapt to some of this stuff. You're just going to have to adapt, and you're going to have to learn. You're going to have to get taught. You're going to pay to get into some of the rooms, and you got to go fast because it's moving now and it's happening now. So you want to be able to make sure you grab you some land and stuff and be able to grow your own vegetables and fruits and all of that good stuff. And you know what I'm saying? And but this stuff is, but you can't deny what's going on. You can't you can't be blind to what's going on, because technology is arriving, and they trying to push it on people. Even if you don't want it, you're gonna have to have it some type of way. Yeah, and it's gonna be in your life if it's nothing but your phone, and it's
Yes, you don't have to deal with it.
Yeah.
But, that's what's here, and you have to learn about investments. Invest into the technologies in the new markets that opens up. Now, always food. You're gonna have to have. See, they're even going this genetically modified, being able to print food, 3D printers, printing food.
Yes, they've been doing that for a while.
Yes,
they've been doing it for a while. So if you guys think this is a game, you can look this up. 3D printed food. They've been doing this This technology is really old, and we've been following this. But this stuff is real, man. It's nothing fake about it. They got 3D printer that been printing food out for a long time. And it's not a joke.
What are you producing? You're producing bodies that can't fight off. It doesn't have the nothing natural. It's artificial. It's an artificial body. You can't run off of artificial. You need to keep putting artificial in you, and you're just gonna have an early artificial death.
Yeah.
Bottom line. So, little fresh vegetables stands and stuff like that, they should pop back up, like in neighborhoods, little business like that, instead of just the little gardens they used to have that looked pretty and everything. Produce produce, and that produce right there in those little community gardens serve their community. And you pop these up around, all around, and you have a solution to some of the problems.
Yeah, shout out to the people who do that in the communities around the world. Keep teaching and everything. A quick story about Mr. Otis Woodard. On the Peace Park, man, right there, College Hill neighborhood. At the center of nonviolence stands the principle of love. Martin Luther King, he had that sign right there at his Peace Park, you know what I'm saying? And Otis believed in a lot of things, you know what I'm saying? He had the no drugs, alcohol, weapons, fighting, you know what I'm saying? Pull up your pants. He had those type of signs out there in North St. Louis right there, Mr. Otis Woodard. And I know his son, cool brother, I forget his name, man, but I know he kept the legacy going a little while. I don't know what's going on. It's been a long time, man, but he used to put up signs like that. You know what I'm saying? Free time, pray for me. He used to have his phone number up there for people to be able to call him. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Mr. Otis, man. Great brother, man. The Peace Park right there in North St. Louis, man. I just want to tell that story, man. You know what I'm saying? He was a great black brother. You know what I'm saying? He did a lot of stuff for the community, man. And those type of people needs to be cherished. You know what I'm saying? Those type of people are legendary in the city. You know what I'm saying? Those people are good folks, man. Yeah. But I do want to say rest in peace to Otis Woodard Jr. He passed away in February 13th, 2015. He was born December the 9th, 1936. He marched right alongside Martin Luther King. He was a U.S. Marine. You know what I'm saying? He worked as a civil rights advocate, and he created the Lutheran Outreach Ministry that provided food, clothes, diapers, and fans to anyone in need. You know what I'm saying? So when I say he was a great person in North St. Louis, man, he was a great person, man. So yeah, he had the neighborhood. He had the right there called Peace Park. I know his son. I can't think of his son's name. Light-skinned brother. Pretty good dude, man. I think I took pictures of him back. I can't think of my brother's name, but I think his name Otis as well. But shout out to Otis, man. His, they had the Peace Park. His father was really inspirational, man. You know what I'm saying? He's tell cats early on, pull them pants up, man. Pull them pants up.
And she's still a good thing, many ones, doesn't have to be a large. It could be small ones, that will cover blocks. Say every other block has one or two, and the cities are prime property for it because they have a lot of vacant lots and stuff like that. You turn them into these particular ones, they,
Yeah, and that's true. And I'll never forget when I met my brother Tavon, and he had a garden in West St. Louis. Okay, I'm gonna tell you where his garden was at. I only can explain to you if you get off the highway off 70, and he was right there in, I guess that's northwest. He right there off of Goodfellow. So if you made a right off of Goodfellow, as soon as you get off 70 highway, right there off of Goodfellow, and just make a right on go around a little curb, pass up the Fish and Chicken. That first street, when you make that left, his garden was right there, bro. You know what I'm saying? And he tried. I mean, he ain't tried. He was doing it. He was growing vegetables and shit right there. He's like a vegetarian brother, and he was growing vegetables and everything right there, and he was doing for the community, man. He was trying to do his best, but it's hard to do that shit when you don't have everybody, really tapping in like they supposed to. But shout out to my boy T, man, doing his thing, man. Him and his son, they doing real big right now. He's selling houses and he still do for the community and all that. Shout out to him though. Yeah.
It is hard. You have to have people who desire to have healthy diets, and we're starting to improve as a people. We're starting to improve because people are starting to realize more and more about the nutritional value of fresh vegetable, fruit, things of that nature, and that's a good business place to be. And it's not hard to be in that. And another key is just reinvent yourself. If one perspective doesn't work, just go back and reevaluate it and represent it in a different form, different fashion. You can always polish every time. How grass, gold, all the precious stones, they tarnish from weather and different things. The same thing happens in your business and your images and things of that nature. And you just go back and polish it, reshape it, and present it again.
Right.
Eventually, you're going to present the proper method, and it's going to flourish. You'll survive. A lot of people make it, and they're not out front. It's flashy and all that, but they do well because they reinvent themselves and they find the niche and things of that nature where to be.
We gonna sum it up and then let them know the name of this podcast, man.
Yeah, this is the inevitable return to butter.
Inevitable return to
Butter.